This is the last time I choose an anime based on how cool I think the name sounds. Mars Red, thought it was about space. Nope, if anything, it's the opposite of space. Captain's Log, Earth 1924. I set out on this journey looking for something sci-fi to watch. Instead, I'm in the past. I'm in Japan. And there are vampires. From my current understanding, the series is a super duper accurate retelling of Japan and how they dealt with their vampire crisis in 1924. Don't believe me? Google it. The Japanese government in turn creates Code Zero, a unit within the army tasked with taking down the vampiric forces made up of their own vampires. Peppered with over-the-top action and stupidly long stares, we got ourselves a vampire show, baby. Once I realized what the show was, I decided to spend one episode watching, and the 3 episodes I watched after that were by accident. Vampire shows are like what videos on adult sites are, as in I think we've had enough a long time ago, but people are still making more. The vampire genre is more or less the same, with some light tweaks here and there, and I really think the world is still not over the Twilight era. Nonetheless, Mars Red is a thing, not a sci-fi thing, just a regular thing. It follows Lieutenant Colonel Maeda Yoshinobu. He's handsome, walks around with a sword, he smokes so you know he's cool. Also, he doesn't know much about lung cancer because it's 1924. He may or may not have watched his wife burst into flames. Life's rough when you live in a vampire city. Yoshinobu is the leader of Code Zero, the vampire task force charged with hunting and stopping or registering all vamps. He's got the skills to keep up with vampires in battle and is missing an arm, making him even cooler. If this was a sci-fi show, he'd have gotten a robot arm, but whatever, just saying, missed opportunity. Maeda arrives in the city in the first episode. He goes to interrogate a vampire to find out some information. He finds an actress who was turned recently, but can only talk in lines from her plays. Very stupid, but this allows for some weird foreshadowing.
Silence. My words in thine. It is thy mouth that I desire, Yokanan!
Spoiler, it's his fiancée or wife or whatever. Boom, dead, sucks. All she wanted was a kiss, maybe a little bit of blood, some entrails dripping from her lips, but she stops herself and lets the light take her away. So Maeda watches his fiancée he never met. Did I mention he'd never met her before? Don't ask me how their marriage was arranged or by who arranged it. Anyhow, Maeda watched his only chance of getting laid literally go up in flames, so he smokes and gives her flowers like a simp. That wrapping paper isn't recyclable in 1924, you dick. So there's this reporter chick, right? She's annoying as hell, believes her friend who people have said was dead is actually still alive. Now, if this wasn't an anime, she'd be just some crazy chick who needs to get a husband real quick. But because it's an anime, she's probably right. So the reason I mention her is because I'm a little confused at this point, because I can't tell if people know vampires are real or not. So the prostitutes and drug dealers know vampires are real. I mean, I guess they're underground, but even then, the reporter, whose job is the news, doesn't understand why people around the city are suddenly bursting into flames. She has no inside sources that can tell her, hey, vampires are real. At one point, someone even says the word vampires, and she doesn't react at all.
Colonel Maeda, we found traces of the vamp.
Good work. Take me there.
Colonel Maeda. So he's a big shot, huh?
The reporter is obsessed with plays, so needless to say, she knows Maeda's would-have-been wife from her shows. While investigating the actress's untimely vacation, apparently they said she ran away with her lover. That didn't happen. The reporter meets this guy, and now they hang out and stuff. He's a vampire. There's also this guy, he's pretty cool.
Can feel it.
Oh, well, he's dead now. The story's main plot is about finding out why all of a sudden there are so many vampires popping up in the city. On top of that, the military budget for the Super Vamp Squad has been cut and the whole operation is in jeopardy of being sacked, as the results have been subpar. So far, the show, like I said, doesn't seem like anything crazy, to be honest. Pretty vampire boys doing pretty vampire things. At one point, this kid recites Shakespeare, which sounded super lame, but I had to remind myself that in 1924, that shit must have been panty-soaking gold. Different time, I guess, different place. If for some reason you really need another vampire show, check it out. Probably not the greatest thing to come out this season, but I can say it's not terrible. But we'll see. Thanks for watching. End card.
Well, Kelly, looks like we just about threw away every perp in this city.
Yep. Robbery, murder, tax fraud. Tax fraud while murdering.
Yep, good. Oh, looks like we missed one. Who do we have here?
Oh yeah, no subs McGee. He's one on several friendly accounts of watching videos and not liking, not commenting, and not subscribing.
Not turning notifications or checking out the links below. By God.
Let's book him.